You worked across many industries from pharma to med device to consumer products. What are some of the biggest operational differences and similarities you've seen?
Well, the obvious similarity between med device and pharmaceutical industry is they're both regulated. So every product has to be registered with the health regulatory authorities in the country where you want to sell it, including its usage, composition, manufacturing site, etc. And it has to be registered and approved. And any changes that you would want to make to that product after registration, it would have to be resubmitted and reapproved again for this product to be continued to be sold on the market. And this presents a challenge to be able to react fast enough if you do have a supply disruption or if you have a disruption at your manufacturing site. So it's important to, I think ahead before the product is launched to build as much resilience as you can into that supply chain so you can take into consideration possible disruptions that could take, whether it be raw materials or a manufacturing site, and build those factors in the original application to have more of a secure supply chain.
I was just going to say, dealing across different countries, they don't all do it the same, right? So everyone's a different customer, I guess, for regulation.
So exactly. So it is additional challenge because different countries will have different regulations when it comes to submission and resubmission changes. Sometimes some of them are easier, some of them may be more timely. So that's also a factor that a company has to consider when they're registering the product.
So along those lines, I don't want to get you in trouble by naming a favorite country or not, but what's the range that you would see in terms of, so for a pharmaceutical product, you're making a general manufacturing change. What's the range of response times it takes to get that approved?
It depends on the level of change. There are some changes, if they are minor enough of their downstream from the final product, it could take, few weeks if you have all the right documentation in place. I think some of more major changes, if it's a major manufacturing site change or if it's a major process change, you may have to show more documentation and product equivalency studies to make sure that even with those changes, you're producing exactly the same final product.
Mm-hmm. And so at the long end, would it take a year, 2 years? How long would it take?
I would say on average, at least it could be 6 months, depending on the extent of the change. 6 months, 9 months. I would say both FDA and the European authorities have been a little quicker to respond. It also depends on the product. If the product is what's considered like life-saving and there is no other option on the market, they are usually required actually to respond within a few weeks to any change. So it depends. I'd say South Korea, I think it's one of the toughest countries so far that I've experienced in terms of requirements and any kind of changes.
So I thought about this before, but you're a good person to ask this question. We've done work with pharmaceutical companies, and part of the issue with cycle times is Operation Science says smaller batch sizes gives you smaller cycle times. Cycle time being the time through the production process until it gets into inventory. So from raw materials to inventory. And one of the pushbacks that we heard from some pharmaceutical companies, well, we can't change our batch sizes because that's the manufacturing process change, and that's just going to take forever and it'd be really expensive. I mean, is that one of those ones that would take 6 months, or if you're just changing the batch size, you're not changing the formulation? It seems like that could be pretty quick. If you have any experience with that, or what's your thought about that?
To be honest, I don't have direct experience with that, but when I used to work as a process chemist in the pharma industry, it was one like the batch we would look what we would consider an optimal batch size.